Good morning and welcome to the zombie apocalypse in Louisville, and welcome back after a couple days of pause. I've been busy. I've been very busy. So we had all the fancy new books. So I read the carpentry book, upgraded our wards at the entrance, and then also made a fancy door here. And put some fencing around on our balcony, so we have a proper balcony now. And over there, we have a little stair with some escape ropes if we need to kill some zombies on the outside walls. Pick a way to get over there. Of course, I wouldn't use those ropes if zombies are on that wall, but if they're on this wall here, we can rope down there and get to them easy peasy. Now, in build 42, there's some you can actually fall down climbing up a rope if you're over encumbered and stuff, so it's not going to be a way to get the wood over here, because this took a lot of wood. We're almost out of wood. What else did I do? The carving book was read and quickly I pretty much just did tree branches into medium handles that we need for our hatchets, and that was a very quick level. And then, I don't think we did much else. Sure. That all took a surprising amount of time. I also did some cleanup here. So the farm is now completely moved a little bit back so we can drive around the corner, and I started to put a little bit of a sand border around the farming plots. Just to give it some visual thing here. So I probably want to gravel up this place around the crafting stations, and then, yeah, I don't know, put the sand all the way up to the end. Something like that. Other than that, yeah, we still, obviously, the one book we didn't get from our previous trip is the next welding book, which I'm kind of interested in because we are playing with all the fancy modded cars that allow themselves to be armored up. And if we look in the recipes, let's say for our wonderful Cuda, so we can make with welding for the window and the windshield armor, apparently. We would need level 5 for bull bar, which is like the main thing to protect your your hood and then your engine from taking damage. And then there's also some stuff which we don't have the recipes for, which is mostly if we want to create replacement parts, like a replacement hood and other stuff. But yeah, we're gonna need more welding, and of course keep an eye out for getting the recipe for this. So I guess two things then today. First of all, our trailer here from our last woodcutting adventure, yeah, that's completely empty. We used up all the wood that was in there. So I think I want to clean up the wall a little bit more. Where did I put the second wood axe? Now we have two of those. Here on the table is a firefighting axe, yeah. I guess we're taking this one. I think the other one might be in the trunk or so. So what I want to do is get over here. We still need to clear out some trees on this side of the fence anyway to make clearing this from zombies less of a nail biter. So that's something I want to do. And then maybe do a trip back to the university and see what we're getting over there. Okay, we're not going to read today. Water, and I'm just gonna nibble on some acorns. However, it's always when I'm doing these kind of I'm just grinding skills things, I don't really pay attention to my weight. In game, that is. Loaded food for the road, and that's fine. I'm gonna do something similar to the last time when we did the wood shopping, you know, just in general, spend a lot of time wood shopping, but not a lot of time recording all of this. And you'll see the fun and important bits. So let me drive out there and see what the situation is. I think also we're gonna prioritize just filling this up with the wood we already have, not necessarily clearing out all the wood that's in the way of the wall, or maybe a little bit of volume, column A with a little bit of column B kind of approach. I don't know. And yeah, so this is now all tier 3 walls, which was a bit annoying to make because apparently I could only do these from this side. So I had to, you know, move the cars out of the way, upgrade the walls, move the cars in the way again. And I mean, it's really just two factors, right? First of all, the walls have more hit points, the higher level walls. They just look better. I don't even care about the hit points. I don't think any of our walls has ever been attacked. The gate has been destroyed 15 times. And yeah, I moved all the trash over here, so there are all the hidden hinges and doorknobs neatly lined up. And yeah, we also had a helicopter in the times between episodes, which was really just, you know, the typical thing. Staying inside reading and the helicopter was flying around. But always a thing to consider when driving around here to make sure, yeah, they could have pulled new friends into the area. Spoiler alert, they're not actually friends. They never call on my birthday. Leave that here for now. I'm not even sure why I turned off the engine. Just gonna do a quick run down this road, this path. Not seeing or hearing anyone. So yeah, let me I'll do some chopping. I'll update you if something fancy happens. Surprising absolutely no one, nothing happened. So we got most of the trees cleared out. I'm at red muscle strain, which actually reduces my swing speed with the axe. So I'm kind of now on the way to load up the trailer. And we'll see what we get. Well, I guess it's gonna be wood. And just like that, full. And I haven't even touched any of the trees we chopped today. This was all just trees we chopped last time, and we still have some of those left over. So yeah, I guess could have just turned this into a tree collection trip instead of a tree chopping trip, but you know, they needed to be chopped anyway. I didn't like fighting in the trees there whenever we had zombies at the wall. Alright, now the big question is, am I gonna be able to get that trailer back into that nice position near the kiln? Yeah, that was intentional. Not sure what's happening here. What he told me, I shouldn't be speeding that much with that trailer in the back. I'm what's happening here? I mean, can we steer? No, we're just turning in circles. Okay, so the one solution I got. Detach that trailer. And attach it again. There's a easy YouTube content creator that I like to watch, and he's constantly always driving around with a trailer, even like when exploring new cities, completely unexplored territory, and I'm like, I don't want this kind of thing to happen when I'm driving into a new city full of zombies. Like, trailer stays outside. Trailer only comes in for the loot trip. Okay, let's see how much of my farm I'm destroying this time around. Long term, if I really can be bothered, graveling up this whole path around the base might also be interesting, although then it starts to look really, really gravelly, really grey all around. But also we avoid anything growing there, slowing us down. The thing I really want to avoid here, I don't want to crash into the kiln, because that pretty much destroys it. Okay, I can access the kiln and the trailer from here. Wonderful. That's all I wanted. Yeah, we need more of those big trailers. Alright. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna get myself fed and equipped, and then tomorrow it's time for a trip to the university. See what our generator did there within the last 5 days, and how the zombie situation is looking, and maybe we can get the remaining books that we still need. Which probably means I should update my list of books I still need. I'll get onto that, and I'll catch you in the morning. Well, looks like we're gonna postpone the university trip for another day, because we have thick fog today. So we're gonna have a little bit of a base day. I'm gonna try to not spend too much time on it, but I think also for, you know, just to change it up. Kind of interesting to not just hear me say, oh, I've done this the last 3 days, but also kind of see what that looks like. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of that now. Kiln. Give me charcoal from logs. All those should be plenty. Dump that here. Most of it. Then we're gonna need. We have pierced steel blocks. Was that the thing for the hatchet heads? It's the pierced, the other thing, right? Pierced chunks, which we don't have anymore. Okay. You know, just to level up a little bit, I'm gonna do some more. Some more metalwork in here. All that into blocks, so the blocks into chunks. Multiple as ammo. Then here's the chunks. Make them into hatchet heads. We do 4, probably because I don't have enough charcoal. It's a little bit of struggle getting all materials to be in range of the forge. Here. 100 each. We're going to open them all. Put the good handles in here. No. I think they might all just be here. Oh, 8. So I guess we gotta do some more handles. First of all, assemble 8 times, please. Yeah, with fly now. With so many edge. Look at those. Full condition, full sharpness, full handle, full head. Are you sure where I put all of those? I guess. A little storage right in front of the garage. Pick up those branches. Also, the fog is gone. We might just get out of it. It's not too late. Medium handle from tree branch. So I've been kind of throwing away those that are not sufficient condition here. I think we'll take the other two. We can then use them for carve the medium handles into small handles into spoons, and all of that once we're leveling up carving. I thought last time around it was a little bit tedious or annoying working with the low condition handles on the hatchets when we were fighting. Felt like the hatches broke way too fast. Alright, that all being said, with that we have a salad for the road. We have 2 spare hatchets, we have 1 on the belt. That is as good as gone. Let's head out. Even though it's gonna take away from our killing time, I'm gonna do a quick drive by another gas station. Kinda low, and I don't wanna fuel up for my gas cans. They are for the generator. I wish you could kinda you know, create your own pump in your base somehow. You know, huge gas storage where you can actually then refuel the car. Hey, what's happening at this gas station? He's got meat cleaver. Goes straight into the collection. Thank you for your contribution. Been like a crew attracted by the most recent helicopter. Lurking around the buildings there. Might get pulled in when we activate the Jenny here. The wall back here. Let's drive over to the gas station first. Make sure this guy sees me and comes over here. Cool. Turn it on. Nobody around here? Alright. They're fine. Still something weird about pumping gas and then the game not actually cancelling the gas pumping when you start moving. And I did have time speed up there. Yeah, it's fine. Nothing happened. Thankfully it wasn't that guy. He ran right into that swing. Oh, looks like 2 traps are down, so I'm gonna check those later. Okay. It's really late, but I think I wanna at least check out the university. Or maybe just the path to the university, depending on how busy it is here. There's an argument to be made about, you know, once we're clearing up just our way to work, our commute, keep the roads clear. These look very similar to the houses across from the school, like from the layout, I think. So, how does it look here? That looks very empty. Also, good timing on the corpse despawn. This is no longer a way to work. So I'm gonna keep killing those on the street. I think there's definitely something about the generator not actually attracting anybody if the player's not around. Which makes a lot of sense, right? It's a lot of game objects, a lot of NPCs, a lot of zombies to calculate, and if you would have to do that for the whole map, for every sound always, I'm thinking, if I remember correctly, the zombies that are not in your active cell, so they're basically only simulated zombies, only react to meta event sounds, so something like the helicopter, or if you hear the gunshots or stuff like that, but not to actual sounds that you create in your current cell. So a generator in a cell that is not loaded, like here when we are at base, would not actually create any sound. Now with that in mind, it would make sense probably, yeah, look at that. As soon as I'm here, they start to flood out the building again. And if you're doing something like this, where you want to draw them out with a generator, probably makes sense to kind of set up camp in a building nearby, where you're still in range. Is, yeah, that's not salvageable. Need a little bit of a breather here. We can service the two here. That's fine. Alright. No, I really need to rest now. I'm tempted to do the whistle run through the building again. But let's first of all get a vision of what's inside. How's the Jenny doing anyway? Oh, 89, 98. I really want to do a whistle run though. Maybe I just want to enjoy the peace and quiet over here. I wonder if any of the light switches are actually in range of the generator. But this one isn't. That means that one isn't. There's no way that either of those are. You could make an argument to just get the generator a little bit closer now, and no longer just use it for sound and actually use it for light. That light is in range. The desk lamps are in range. Maybe this one is. Ammo 5, yes. Electrical 4. Okay. Magazines we already have. Medieval me. Healing 4. Actually, what I kind of want to avoid, fighting runners inside. I think we're gonna reposition the generator. Because most of these light switches are actually in a position where we can reach them. So, turn this off. We work on it from this side. They're banging the walls over there. Now you also see the light on the light switch. Okay, I like that watch may war, and I'm kind of okay with fighting inside here. Kind of lit up the whole place. Anything in these desks? I don't like that there's a dude here, just looking at me from the distance. I'm like, okay. Like, yeah, he doesn't like me either. He's just like, I'm out. Screw that. You killed 2,300 zombies. Don't want to deal with you. Okay. Light switch. So I think what I mentioned in a previous episode about the whole not all the floors being spawned in, that now that we went up a floor, another floor above was then spawned in. That runner is too stupid to find his way down. Oh, and we have some coming in on the main side. Alright, we're out. Not taking fights in yet. Dude, did I juke you that well? You know what I haven't seen at all? In the past we had the... When we were doing the runs with runners, we had them constantly falling and getting up again, right? Just you know, tripping over themselves while running. I don't think I've seen that a single time so far. So maybe that was just the different mod we were using in build 41 as opposed to what, well, now the splinter functionality is just base game. So we're not using a mod at all. Well, I'm using a mod to have slightly reduced speed sprinters. Alright. Oh yeah, I gotta check the traps. And I will head back out there and see if we can get some more books from the first floor there tomorrow. That would work. The car the other way around. Too busy here. There could be a bunch of them on the other side of the wall. Alright. Yeah, these guys. I don't like that we have bangers on the other side of the wall here. Yep, that's the wake-up call. Casually walking up to zombies, not always the best idea. Is there one more? That one. Definitely hearing somebody. I think we do a run through here. Get a... Huh? Maybe not. Oh, I see like 5 zombies here. Trying to get through the wall to the generator. Maybe there's somebody up one floor, up one level. On the window, trying to launch themselves out of the window. Sometimes the zombies, you know, will fall from the higher floor windows. Sometimes they really have trouble committing to the jump. Yeah. Will be running after you like that? Probably not. I guess the most important lesson on the when working with the generator as a noise trap here is really take it slow whenever you come new to the area again. Like on a new day, don't expect everything you see there's all the zombies that are in range. Yeah, a lot of these buildings here in the university in general have received a fairly substantial facelift. I don't like this new feature where, like, if you're more than 10 tiles away, it's like, yep, we're not gonna show you the inside anymore. Even though you should have clear line of sight to that opening. Zombie, right? That's not just a lampshade. That's a zombie hiding behind the lampshade. See the head moving. Ah. He realized I bought his bluff. Decided to run away. By run away, I mean slowly shamble away. I think we're trying for the top floor here now. Lights on. You immediately hear zombie sounds right next to you. Not at all concerning. Probably the floor above me. Ah. Book time. Yeah, we'll continue to use the pause, check the books. Pause. No reason. Yeah. First time I see a specifically leather-bound book. Okay. So who doesn't want to read a little bit of Kant in the apocalypse? That welding 4, that's the wrong one. Carving 4, that's exactly the one carving book we're missing. Okay. Metalworking. These teaches us a lot of recipes that we already know, but it doesn't show that, and stuff you can't actually build. Yeah, okay. Making 4. Technically, that tracking book's also one we don't have. Kind of missed the 4th shelf here on both sides. And look here. We need number 3, please. Cooking book. Welding 3, yes, alright. Huge. Bottle making at home. That is actually the welding, that's the main book. Of course, any I don't think I've seen too many books, or any books really, with like the magazines for the cars that teach you the car specific recipes. Keep looking. Keep looking. She should probably bring some books to the car because we're getting too full. Yeah. We have 4 we still need. I haven't picked it up yet. One way to reduce the weight we're carrying, just eat all the food we brought for the day. I hear ya. I hear ya. Throwing these liverbound books away, but kinda cool. I wonder if they have like special models when you put them on the floor, when you place them in the world. Let me just update my list with the ones we've just found here. List is updated. The absolute lack of napping books again. I feel like we had that in the last run too. We would only find them in like special pops or cars that are related to like napping or something like that. Or from survivor zombies, which is gonna be a, you know, there's no survivor zombies in Louisville. Full stop. Maybe like on the southern roads, and if we get on the roads towards the airport. But if in the city, I don't think those survivor groups can spawn. Just gonna take the remaining shelves here and call it a successful run. No, that's not the right butchering. That is the last masonry book. Electrical 5. Yeah, that's a book we don't have yet. I don't think we're gonna need it anytime, but hey, at this point I'm kinda in a gotta catch them all except for first aid. Nobody needs first aid. Electrical 4 and yeah, okay. That means no, actually, screw that. We already have that. What do we have here? 5. We need tailoring 5. It's actually all books we already have. Five. Three. I think we picked that up already yesterday. Just haven't read it yet. So I'm just gonna leave that. It's never working free. Well, zombie sounds really close by, which make me a little bit nervous. Oh yeah. Oh, the last masonry. Yeah, we already have that. Probably below me. Okay. Needing butchering too. That's the one we still need. Let's make him a complete. Still haven't really found a use for it, and yeah, we've got this. Again, there's like 3 more levels above. The only thing I kind of regret not having is butchering tool, because that's the skill we're actively working on, you know, when we unfortunately get dead animals in our traps. We need to butcher them. Can't rescue them all. But I call that a non-survival essential skill. So I'm gonna put a temporary stop to the adventures at the university library. And thanks to all the work we put into it, we now have a almost full collection of books, a very secure base with a somewhat good food supplies thanks to our trapping, the little bit of farming that we're doing, and of course we could start butchering our neighbors. I mean, but we would never, right? So what I'm thinking is going to be the next plan, now that I also have the welding book. I want to level up welding mechanics and some of the other skills a little bit. So it's going to be a lot of reading days, a lot of not much happening days. And in between, probably trying to do some repairs on the cars, getting the armor pierces and anything else that we can get for them updated, installed, etc. So it's going to be a little bit of a time skip, a little bit of updates in between, you know, a little bit of a all over the place episode in the next one. But yeah, I hope you enjoy still the series, and after we do all of that leveling up, then we're going to return to our objective of fighting towards our targets here, right? Which I think are going to be, I think these are the skyscrapers. I'm not 100% sure. It's going to be tricky getting down this road here, but that's going to be a whole different thing. Yeah, I'm going to sort out all the books, and I'm going to do at least one episode which is going to be just a base episode where I'm, you know, show you a single day in between, then 5 days of pause, and show you something else, etc. But for now, we're going to put a cut in here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.